Alright, so hope that test went well for you last class. Hope you guys are doing well. You had a good weekend. We have 2 lessons left, which means we will have 2 quizzes left in the grade book to kind of see your final score. If you have any questions, please let me know. Hopefully those tests will be finished and graded by the end of the day today is the plan. So go ahead and feel free to check back by then. I will not be posting the answer key just because I like some of these same questions for tests in the future, so I don't want to post those. If you have any questions on it, please feel free to contact me, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. And so we're going to spend another day of dealing with rational expressions, except this time we're going to be dealing with complex fractions and rational expressions, which you're going to find out it can include adding, subtracting, and dividing rational expressions, kind of all put into one due to time restrictions kind of deal. I didn't throw this in on the last chapter because I'm going to make sure we got that test done in time. So I've got some steps here to start off. First, we're going to simplify the numerator and the denominator by adding and subtracting rational expressions. And then once we've done that, we're going to solve by dividing rational expressions. So looking at example 1 here, I have in my top 4 plus 2 over x, and then my bottom 3 minus 2 over x. So the first thing I'm going to look at is here's one fraction I got to deal with. And here's my second one. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to simplify that top, that blue. So I've got 4 plus 2 over x. Well, if I'm going to add, subtract rational expressions here, I need to have a common denominator. So this 4 is over 1. So my LCD here of just the top, again, I'm just looking at the top, my LCD would be x. Because 1 and x, well, 1 goes into x, and x is already covered by x. So if I want to make this 1 right here in x, I need to multiply top and bottom by x, which is going to give me 4x over x plus 2 over x, which gives me this. So at this point, I have my numerator as 4x plus 2 over x. Now, let's look at my red. I've got 3 minus 2 over x. Again, this can be written over 1. So again, adding, subtracting rational expressions, my LCD is x here because 1 and x. So I need to multiply top and bottom by x, which gives me 3x over x minus 2 over x, which is 3x minus 2 over x. So now I have my red portion done also. I got that simplified to be 3x minus 2 over x. So now when I look up here, hopefully this looks familiar. I've got a dividing rational expressions. So I'm going to keep my first one the same, 4x plus 2 over x, write a division sign in between. Again, I'm breaking this down step by step. I won't be doing this down the road, but for today, right now I will. And I'm dividing by 3x minus 2 over x. Alright, hopefully if you're feeling comfortable with this and you did well on the test, you know we're going to keep the first one the same. I'm going to flip my second one, so my x comes up top, 3x minus 2 goes down below, and I'm going to change my sign from division to multiplication. And so, remember, anything up top can cancel with anything down below. Well, I've got an x and an x. 4x plus 2 is a quantity, so I cannot cancel anything with 3x minus 2 because 4x plus 2 is one quantity, 3x minus 2 is my other, therefore there is my final solution. Alright, so again, going back through, I simplified my numerator first by getting a common denominator. Then I simplified my denominator by again getting a common denominator, and at that point I changed it to a division problem, flipped it to make it a multiplication problem. So do me a favor and pause the video because this one's kind of very similar to the previous one, and try to work on this. Work on the numerator first, then the denominator, and then change it to division and multiplication. Alright, so again going through, let's look at my blue first. I have 2 over b plus 5 over a. So again, I need to find my LCD because I'm adding and subtracting rational expressions. Well, I have a B and an A in there. Only way I find my LCD is AB. I got to include both of those. So what is my first denominator right here missing? That would be A. And I'm missing a B over here, which is going to give me 2A plus 5B over my LCD of AB. Alright, let's do the same thing with my red. I've got 3 over A minus 8 over B. Again, my LCD is the same. AB, missing the B here, missing the A here, which is going to give me 3B minus 8A over AB. Alright, so at this point, I have my top, my top is now 2A plus 5B over AB. My bottom is 3B minus 8A over AB. And so again, keep my top the same. Set it next to it and flip it to make it a multiplication sign. My AB comes up top. My 3B minus 8A goes down below. Again, AB's cancel. I cannot cancel anything from 2A plus 5B over 3B minus 8A, so that is my final answer. Alright. Example 3 is just a little bit more difficult for the simple fact that we need to factor first. And again, look at my denominators. I see a squared on my x. That should be a good hint. Okay, I need a factor. So I'm going to first rewrite this as 2 over x minus 3 plus 3x, x squared minus 9. Well, that's a difference of squares. Hopefully by this point you're familiar with that. All over 3 over x plus 3 minus 4x, again, difference of squares, x plus 3, x minus 3. So now, again, breaking them up into halves, numerator goes first, denominator will go second. So up top, 2 over x minus 3 plus 3x over x plus 3, x minus 3. So both of my denominators have an x minus 3 in it, and my second one has an x plus 3, so I need to include that. So over here, multiply by x plus 3 on top and bottom, and my denominator on the right already has both. So all I got to do is distribute. 2 times x, 2 times 3. 2 times x is 2x. 2 times 3 is 6. I'm not multiplying anything on the right, which gives me 3x over my LCD. I can combine my like terms. And I have my top rewritten. So I've got 5x plus 6 over x minus 3, x plus 3. Alright, now that the top's done, let's look at the bottom. 3 over x plus 3 minus 4x over x plus 3, x minus 3. So again, my LCD is the same. I'm missing an x minus 3 over here, so multiply top and bottom by that. On the right side, I have all I need. Distribute the 3 to get 3x minus 9. I have a minus sign in between, so minus 4x over my LCD of x plus 3, x minus 3. Combine like terms to get negative x minus 9 over x plus 3, x minus 3. So let's go ahead and write that up here now. Alright, at this point I keep my top the same, and that gets written first, so 5x plus 6 over x plus 3, x minus 3. My division changes to multiplication, and I flip my bottom. So x plus 3, x minus 3 goes up top. Negative x minus 9 goes down below. Cancel what you can, and I'm left with my final answer of 5x plus 6 over negative x minus 9. Notice when I'm done, I'm always left with one fraction. That should always be the case on these problems. So again, pause the video, write this problem out, and solve it by yourself. If you haven't been doing that, and maybe you're not understanding material, that would be a great thing to adjust. Change how you're doing that. Go ahead and pause the video, write this problem out, see where you get stuck. That way you can rewatch that part of the video over and over again to hopefully ingrain it in your brain. So now that you've done that, let's go ahead and break up our problem again into fractions. As we've talked a lot about, yes, we're going to deal with the top first. When I look at my denominators, none of my x's have variables on it, which means I'm not more than likely going to factor. So I have x plus 6, 2x minus 1. Well, I'm missing a 2x minus 1 over here, and an x plus 6 over here. Alright, on to my denominator. Again, LCD is the same. And so I multiply top and bottom by x plus 6, top and bottom by 2x minus 1. Again, if you're struggling on why I'm doing this, go back to one of my videos over adding and subtracting on my YouTube page. That will help you out. Alright, so my blue is still up top. My bottom is my purple. And so again, I'm going to rewrite this here. My blue stays the exact same because my numerator will always stay the same. I change it to a multiplication sign, and I flip my denominator, which again will always be the case. That's sorry, that is a minus 4 there. Let's fix that so it looks a little bit better for you. Alright, so looking at this, my x plus 6 is canceled, my 2x minus 1's cancel. When I look at this, there is no way I can factor either one of these, so my final answer then would be negative 2x squared minus 2x minus 5 up top, because that's all I have left up there. And down below, all I have left is x squared plus 14x minus 4. And there is my solution. So this is what we're going to be working on today. Give me a second here. If you look back over here at our schedule, if you are a basketball fan and you have not been watching The Last Chance, I suggest you do so. It has been a great documentary on Michael Jordan. So go ahead and spend some time doing that over the next couple of weeks. I think you'll really enjoy it if you like basketball. But anywho, getting back on what we were talking about here, we got notes over complex rational expressions and notes over logs on Friday. Notice on here I did not put that we have a quiz on Friday over rational expressions, complex rational expressions. We will have that. So next class we'll have a quiz over these notes. All right, on your things to complete today, there will be the homework written on there. So please see that. If you have any questions over these notes, again, email me. Email me a homework problem if you'd like. Get as far as you can and then stop wherever you're at, so that way I can see where you're getting confused at and how I can explain it best to help you out. Hope you're having a wonderful day.